I'll never forget the way her voice sliced through the quiet of that night. It wasn't a scream. It wasn't even meant for me. It was a careless laugh paired with words that carved themselves into my chest like a blade. I'm just with him until someone better shows up. The worst part. She was talking about me. I was standing in the hallway, holding the mug of tea I'd made for her, listening to the woman I thought I'd marry confess to her friend that I was nothing more than a placeholder. The beginning of the end. Emma wasn't supposed to be like this. She was supposed to be my safe harbor, the one who made the world feel steady. I'd met her 3 years ago at a friend's wedding, barefoot on the dance floor, her laughter brighter than the chandelier above. She was magnetic. Every eye in the room turned to her. But she chose me. At least that's what I believed. We built a life together. Late-night takeout dinners, inside jokes about our cranky upstairs neighbor, whispered plans about the kids we'd have one day. I loved her with everything I had. And that night, with a single sentence, she shattered it all. The conversation I wasn't supposed to hear. She was on the phone with her best friend, Melanie. I don't think she realized how thin our apartment walls were. "Look, he's fine," Emma said, her voice dripping with a casual cruelty I'd never heard before. "He's stable, he's sweet, but I don't see fireworks, you know? He's just safe until something better comes along." My hand trembled so hard I nearly dropped the mug. The tea burned my skin, but I barely noticed. Stable. Placeholder. I felt like I'd been reduced to a pit stop on the highway of her life. Pretending not to know. I didn't confront her that night. Couldn't. My heart was pounding too hard. My thoughts were tangled in disbelief. Instead, I set the mug down on the counter and slipped into the bedroom before she could see me. I lay there, staring at the ceiling, every word replaying in my head like a cruel echo. When she finally came to bed, she curled against me. Her arm draped over my chest like nothing had changed. My body went stiff. I wanted to shove her away. Instead, I let her stay. Because in that moment, I wasn't ready to lose her. Not yet. Seeds of doubt. The days that followed were torture. Every laugh, every kiss, every "I love you" from her lips felt poisoned. Was she lying? Had it always been a lie? I started noticing things I'd ignored before. The way her eyes wandered when we were out, scanning the room like she was always searching for someone better. The way she lingered on her phone, smiling at messages I wasn't meant to see. The way she sighed when I suggested weekend trips, as though she'd rather be anywhere else. But the cruelest thing was how she treated me in public. Around her friends, she belittled me with jokes that cut deeper than she realized. "Oh, James isn't exactly adventurous," she'd laugh when someone suggested skydiving. Or, "He's not the type to sweep anyone off their feet." Everyone laughed. I forced a smile. Inside I was crumbling. The breaking point. It wasn't until 2 weeks later that the mask fully cracked. We were out at a coffee shop with some of her colleagues. I was talking about a new project at work when Emma interrupted me mid-sentence. "Babe," she said with a smirk, "you're rambling again. Nobody cares about your spreadsheets." The table erupted in laughter. My face burned. But then I noticed her colleague, a tall, confident guy named Ryan, watching her with amusement, and her smile lingering just a little too long on him. That's when it hit me. She was already looking for her, someone better. And I was the placeholder she had admitted to. My silent plan. That night, I sat in our apartment after she'd gone to bed, staring at the engagement ring I had once been so proud to give her. A diamond I had saved for month after month, skipping nights out with friends just so I could afford it. I slipped it from her nightstand, where she always left it, and held it in my palm. It felt heavy now. Not with promise but with betrayal. I could have screamed at her. I could have demanded the truth. But instead I chose something quieter. More deliberate. I began to prepare. Gathering the truth. Over the next week, I paid attention in a way I hadn't before. Her late nights at work, her phone face down on the table, the whispered texts she excused with, "Melanie needs advice again." I checked our shared laptop. She had left her email logged in. And there it was, the trail I had feared. Flirtatious exchanges with Ryan. Promises to see where things go. Lines about how she deserved passion and couldn't settle for safe forever. My chest tightened. Tears blurred the screen. But beneath the heartbreak, something colder grew. Resolve. The confrontation. I waited until Saturday morning. The sun was spilling into the kitchen as she padded in, yawning, hair messy, completely unaware that her world was about to implode. "Morning," she said softly, kissing my cheek. Pulled back. "Emma, we need to talk." Her brow furrowed. "About what?" I slid my phone across the table. Her emails were open on the screen. Her face went pale. "James, Don't," I said, my voice steadier than I felt. "I heard you that night, Emma. You told Melanie I was just the man you'd settle for until someone better showed up. And now here he is, isn't he? Ryan." Her mouth opened and closed, searching for words. Finally she whispered, "It's not what you think." "Then what is it?" My voice cracked. "Because from where I'm standing, it looks like I gave you everything. My love, my trust, my future, and you treated me like a waiting room." Tears welled in her eyes. "I didn't mean for it to." Cut her off. "Save it. You didn't mean for me to find out. That's what you mean." Walking away. For the first time, Emma had no clever comeback, no cruel little joke to cover her tracks. She just sat there, silent, broken, while I packed a bag. She followed me to the door, sobbing. "Please, James, don't leave." I was confused. I turned to her, my chest tight, my eyes burning. "You don't get to be confused with someone's life. With their heart. You wanted better, Emma. Go find it. Just don't expect me to be here when it falls apart." And then I walked out. The first few weeks were hell. Nights were the worst. Lying in a bed too big for one, replaying every memory we'd made together. The way she laughed, the way she tucked her hair behind her ear, the way she once said she couldn't imagine her life without me. Were those moments lies too? Or was she just lying to herself? I'll never know. But slowly, painfully, I started rebuilding. Friends I had neglected surrounded me with support. My brother dragged me out for beers, reminding me what it felt like to laugh without bitterness. I poured myself into work, not because I wanted to escape, but because I needed to remember who I was outside of her shadow. And eventually I realized something. Emma had done me a favor. She showed me the truth before I wasted years, maybe even a lifetime, being someone's second choice. The twist she never saw coming. Months later, I heard through a mutual friend that Ryan had moved on, leaving Emma exactly where she feared most, alone. Apparently she reached out to me. Texts, emails, even a letter. I didn't answer. Because the truth was, by then I had found someone else. Not someone better in the way Emma had meant, but someone right. Someone who didn't see me as a placeholder but as a partner. And when I slipped a ring onto her finger, I didn't wonder if she'd stay until something better came along. I knew she was in it for life. Emma once said I was just safe. Maybe she was right. But safe isn't boring. Safe is loyal. Safe is steady. Safe is the kind of love that doesn't vanish when someone shinier walks into the room. She didn't know it then, but by underestimating me, by betraying me, she gave me the greatest gift. The chance to walk away and find someone who truly deserved me. And for that, I'll never regret leaving her behind.